that India was peripheral. I mean, let me show you a map. This is the basic map of the Silk Road that you see reproduced. It goes from the Mediterranean Sea in a straight line across the middle of Asia, across the top of Persia, Samarkand and Tashkent and the Stans, and across the whole width of China. But if you look at that map, you almost don't notice that India is entirely marginalized by this concept. That India is a place, on this map at least, which doesn't have cities, which doesn't have ports. Even the maritime route goes round it without stopping at any named port. And this has been the effect, whether deliberate or otherwise, that India has ceased to be seen as the center of world trade, as the center of ideas. But I'd like you to just memorize in your heads, guys, this map for a second, and compare it to this map. This is a map designed by the Oxford Archaeological Department last year. And what it shows is Roman coin hoards. Now, every place there's an orange dot, a Roman coin hoard has been found. Now, you'll notice that this map has absolutely no resemblance to the first map. As you'd expect, most of the Roman coins in the world have been found in Europe, in Italy, in Greece, in southern Britain, in France, and in Germany. There's another rim of orange around the Mediterranean and going down the Nile. But where the Silk Road is, virtually nothing. There's one or two dots in Afghanistan and Pakistan. But instead, look at where Roman gold is actually found. India and Sri Lanka. Major centers of world trade. And that is there in the classical sources. If you look in Pliny, he says that India is the drain of all the precious metals in the world. His contemporary Strabo, another geographer based in Egypt, talks about fleets of 250 vessels leaving the Red Sea coast and sailing in just 2 months to India. So it's time that we recovered this lost centrality of India. India as the principal trading partner of the Roman Empire, because there is no evidence at all that Rome and China had the slightest conception of each other's existence. We do not know one single trade mission that left China for Rome, a single diplomatic mission that left Rome for China. But every year, fleets of hundreds of vessels were leaving the Egyptian coast, going down the Red Sea, and arriving in India. And your ancestors, the Indians of the classical period, were like the Saudis today. They barely had to get out of bed because the things that they were selling, cotton,